Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're taking a look at what you can expect in your month of September 2026. And to do this reading, I will be zooming you in just a moment so that you can see your cards as well as your crystals. But if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, or if you prefer for spirit to pick your pile, these are all different options, and you will find the timestamps for them down in the description box, as well as the pinned comment, by the way. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, on top of each deck is the Nine of Pentacles. But if you prefer to pick your piles using your crystals, let me introduce each one to you. So for pile number 1, your crystal is the red Jasper. For pile number 2, it is the green moss Agate. For pile number 3, it is the yellow Aventurine. And for pile number 4, it is the Unakite Jasper. So please take a look at which one of these 4 piles you're the most drawn to, and this will be the pile for you here today. In case you feel drawn to more than one pile, maybe even all of the piles, trust your intuition. It's meant to take you to the right readings. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your timestamps, and I will see you in your readings. All right, so if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, then my dear soul family, welcome. This part of the introduction has been created specifically for you so that you can do just that. And in a moment after the shuffling, I will be drawing out 3 signs for each pile. Okay, I think we're pretty much ready. Just one more. There we go. Okay, so the signs for pile number 1 are Sagittarius, Gemini, as well as Capricorn. And the signs for pile number 2 are Aquarius, Aries, as well as Leo. The signs for pile number 3 are Virgo, Pisces, as well as Scorpio. And the signs for pile number 4 are Taurus, Libra, as well as Cancer. Okay, so these are the signs and their association to each of the piles in today's reading. Please feel free to pick your pile or piles using your sun, moon, or rising. I highly recommend you check out the 3. Alternatively, if you prefer to pick your pile using any other placement in your chart, please feel free to do that. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box, as well as in the pinned comment. And I will see you in your readings. All right, if you prefer for Spirit to pick your pile, welcome. This part of the introduction has been created specifically for you so that you can do just that. And what I'd like to do in this section is assign a different tarot card to each pile. As you can see, the Magician will be presenting pile number 1, the High Priestess pile number 2, the Empress pile number 3, and the Emperor pile number 4. It's based on the numerology of the major arcana. And so what I like to do in this section is shuffle the cards around until one of the cards grabs my attention one way or the other. There we go. It's usually through a mistake. I was supposed to pull this card and I didn't quickly enough. Like I didn't pull it when I moved my hands backwards. And so this way I know it is your chosen pile. Okay, so my dear soul family, your chosen pile by Spirit in today's reading is pile number 1. Okay, so these were the different ways in which you can pick your pile in today's reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed them and that they brought you the clarity that you need to find your pile. Once you're ready, you know the drill. You'll find the timestamps down in the description box as well as in the pinned comment. And my dear soul family, I will catch you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at your September 2026 predictions, and these are the decks that I'll be using for your reading today. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them below for you guys in the description box, right under the section of the timestamps. On the far right, as you can see, well, before I tell you what you can see, I know that we're changing it up a little bit this month. Is kind of exactly the same thing. We usually have a circular chart of the different astrological houses and we cast some runes on them. This month, I unfortunately don't have them for, it's a long story, but I don't have them with me and I don't want to change your monthly reading. And so for this month, I've created the square with all the different houses and we're going to be using the runes. Each dice has all the different types of runes, so they're all there. And we'll see which rune is supposed to land and on which house. So that's the plan for this month. And very quickly before we begin, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful red Jasper. Some of you have picked this pile using this particular 9 of Pentacles. Some of you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, and some of you prefer Spirit's pick. Oh, this one moved. These two moved actually, and this is Spirit's pick. This pile, by the way, these are all different pick a pile options, and you will always find the timestamps for them in any reading. You can use them to your advantage, yeah, and you'll find the timestamps for them down in the description box as well as in the pinned comment. Okay, so let's shuffle your tarot deck with the intention of this reading. What can you expect in your month of September 2026, my dear pile number 1? Let's find out together. I'm so excited. I love the monthly readings. They're one of my favorites. Okay, let's then take your runes and then see what you have this month. Okay, so what can pile number 1 expect in their month of, expect in their month of September 2026, please? Wonderful. So we have the Rhino rune between the 3rd and the 6th house. We have the Goose rune in the 4th house. Lagoon rune in the 4th house. You have the Wunyu rune in the 10th house. This is amazing. And you've got the Ewaz rune in the 11th house. Okay, wonderful. Let me pull this out and I'll be back. There we go. Okay, let's place this here and let's now take a look at your oracle cards. So let's start off with this one. You've got Uranus with the keyword breakthrough. And the keywords here are change, originality, awakening, Aquarius, shocking, revolutionary, innovation. You do have some activity in the 11th house, so that's interesting. Innovation, sudden events, epiphanies, unconventional as well as unusual. Okay, let's keep that here. You've got the card, the boss. Interesting. Ooh. You do have some amazing energy in the 10th house, which is your house of work, career, goals. So you've got the boss. And the keywords here are entrepreneur, director, chief, leader, superior, employer. So that's perhaps why you have the Ehwaz rune in the 11th house, perhaps. We'll see. Don't want to jump into conclusions, but I think so. We'll find out. Okay. And you've got artist. How interesting. So, designer, Picasso, performer. Okay. We'll keep that here. You've got the card Venus in Virgo with discrimination. And you've got Venus again in Aquarius with detachment. You've got a lot of Aquarius energy in your reading. Okay. Through Uranus, 11th house, and then Aquarius here. And then let's now take a look at your tarot cards. So you've got the Page of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you're starting a new page this month, it seems, because of the Rider rune, and we see it in the 3rd house and the 6th house. But yeah, I feel like there's something new, powerful new page that's starting for you in the month of September. Let's continue and see what it is. You've got the 3 of Wands. You're going really high up, it seems to me, in a massive way. I can't help but see that split. I'm sure you can see it too, right? It's just driving me mad, and I hope I'm able to... Yeah, I got it. There we go. And then I'm gonna put this well so that it doesn't happen again, but it was really calling for me to pick it up. Okay, so you've got the Queen of Cups. You've got the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, and you've got, ooh, the 8 of Wands. There's a lot of flying here. Some of you might be traveling, especially that you have the Rider rune, which is going on a new journey. So that might actually translate for some of you watching this pile as traveling somewhere. Not necessarily, but it feels like it for at least some of you here. And you might be traveling to a place that is near the water because of this particular Queen of Cups, the water here, and the Lagoon rune in the 4th house. It's the house of home, so going somewhere for a while near the water. Okay, so first things first, let's now start connecting the reading together. What do I see here? The first obvious thing that I see in your reading is the Wunyu rune in the 10th house. Wunyu is a rune of success, abundance. It's falling in the 10th house of your career and goals. So I see the next month it's powerful. Perhaps all the climbing up has and the boss here has to do with how you're succeeding in your career, how you're maybe getting into a bigger position. Even if you are not promoted necessarily, it means that your position and how people deal with you at work changes completely. Maybe you have your own private business. In that case, your name now has a name. You're company name starts having a good weight. In all, I'm seeing great success next month, and it's happening very quickly, it seems. The way the cards are describing it, since they are, right next to the 10th house here, is that for a while with the Knight of Pentacles, it was a bit slow, consistent, for sure. It was consistent, it was steady, it was good. But suddenly next month with the Eight of Wands, I see a surge of great success and abundance happening, like things happening very quickly. You're climbing up very quickly. So whether this translates directly to you as a promotion or not, but you're going to see things escalating in a good way. So things like maybe your manager speaking to you about upcoming promotions, or how talking about a raise, talking about more responsibilities and how you're trusted and the future of where you're going. If this is your business, then your business is growing exponentially. There is a lot of people that know about it and appreciate it, and so on and so forth. Definitely an increase in money and in success in next month, as well as with the Awaz rune in the 11th house. You connecting more with others. Could it be people that you're going to be working with? It is more likely, but it's not necessary. Here, the 11th house is a house of community, people, right? Like-minded people. So having the Awaz rune, which has different meanings, but I'm feeling like it's the aspect of the Awaz rune of a bridge, since it means in some aspect a bridge between our world and another world. So it makes me feel like you're connecting more with others who you didn't necessarily have a strong connection with. So that could be your connection with your market, right? A deeper connection between you and your market. Or that could be you connecting with either a new team that is wonderful, or connecting with higher up management that you didn't have connections with before. So it's really going to change its exact meaning depending on who's listening, how it's speaking to you directly. But I definitely see some important connections to people who you didn't, maybe you knew, you were around them, but I feel like there is more of a strong connection, like you're able to reach each other in some way or another. So that's also some powerful energy that I see in your month of September. Now, detachment with the traveling here could mean that you are going on a vacation. It's not necessarily the same for everyone, because these two definitely have other meanings. But for some of you, I'm starting to feel like Rider rune is a rune of going on a new journey, right? It's in the 6th house. So 6th house could be your regular routine. And in my opinion, this is translating, if in case this is a trip, to you temporarily changing your everyday routine, changing your work, doing something different, because with detachment, you're disconnecting. You're going on an exciting vacation next month, which is really cool. If this does not translate as a vacation and like specifically flying for some of you, or maybe going on a ship or a cruise, that would be awesome, especially that a lot of you have a lot of water here. It could mean that you're actually starting a new chapter in your life next month. This next chapter is going to take you on a new journey of how you go about your everyday work, your everyday routine, and in fact, how you deal with your team members and the people around you, and how you communicate with them. All of these things are changing, and it would make a lot of sense if, like the boss card, you are being promoted, because that means your communication with your team members are changing. There's more authority, there's more different communication, whereas maybe you were a colleague before, the communication would be, hey, I need this part from you, you need that part from me. Here, the communication is more like, here's the plan, This is what we need to do. I will, this team will be handling that part, and this team will be handling that part. I'll take care of this part. We'll make sure that and then you follow up with them, right? So the communication is going to be very different next month. If this is your business, maybe the communication is going to be different, because sometimes when you have a small market, it's very different than when you have a larger market. In a small market situation, you can connect with your few customers on an intimate way, in an intimate way. But as the numbers grow exponentially, although you would love to do something like that, it's just not possible anymore. So perhaps this is the change in communication, where now there's more communication through hiring more people to be able to connect with the market better, and so do marketing and so on and so forth. But yeah, I see a new journey in terms of how you communicate. But here's the thing. I keep seeing originality in your reading. Where did we see it? Oh, yes, Uranus, hello. Yes, I see change for sure. We keep seeing change. And even if you're going on a vacation, it's definitely talking also about coming back in a changed routine. It's a new journey altogether. It might just be marked by a trip that you're going to. But in all cases, it's a new chapter for everyone. And you're doing something unconventional, especially when it comes to your dealings with others, your communication. It's a new type of communication. Eight of Wands communication again. So what is this unconventional thing that you're starting this month? You know, perhaps you are a younger person than the people in charge in the company, and thus you come with your new ideas, my apologies. Maybe you felt like the old management were handling things in an old way, and you want to come freshen things up, and you want it to be more comfortable for everyone, but you also want everyone to be at the same time held accountable for their work. So that's just a guess. I could be wrong, but let's see what the cards are showing. What is this new thing that you're coming up, unusual new thing that you're coming up with this month? So yeah, look at that. This is the griffin. You've got part eagle, part lion, right? Different two animals and the two strengths coming together with the King of Swords. So it's something strategic, and you want to bring two forces together, putting two powerful things together strategically. Ooh, you've got the Ten of Pentacles. You feel like it is going to be abundant for everyone. It's going to bring abundance to everyone. And look at the massage here. It feels like everyone is appreciating your amazing work. So you're bringing two powerful things together. You seem to be very intelligent. You know what you're talking about. You're treated as an expert here. Also, the community with the Ten of Pentacles shows up again. There's a sense of strong team, it seems to me, with your ideologies, the things that you're applying. Ooh, you've got the Lover's card. There's a lot of love in your dealings with others. This keeps showing up. It's not the Lover's card, but I can see that people really love you as a person. They adore you. And with the World card, because you're able to complete something or put things together where it's a whole now, it's completed well. Like, for example, you could have one manager that is strong in one thing, and to keep that strength, they refuse everything else. Whereas you have another manager who doesn't like this approach because they've seen the amount of things that it lacks. And so they go to the opposite extreme and make sure they give the benefits of these things, but then other things starts falling. And the people say, well, we love what this person is doing. We miss the order. We miss how things were together, held together, and so on and so forth. And then comes the new blood of someone who goes, you know, why are we picking between one thing or the other? Why don't we bring these two approaches powerfully together? And yeah, the yin and the yang, two opposite things together, powerful together. And it makes everybody happy. Like, how come Nobody has seen this before. And you've got, ooh, you've got the King of Wands. It seems like you're going to be regarded as very powerful in your community, very unique. People just admire watching you rise, all of these wings, especially beautiful ones. People just admire watching you rise, watching you take things up high. They love what you're doing. So that is the unique thing that you're bringing to the table. You're making something very powerful by thinking outside of the box and doing something that nobody has done before, bringing two powerful things together. And it actually, for the first time, makes something whole. It makes something work. It makes something very beautiful. It suddenly makes sense with the King of Swords. Yeah. And with discrimination, you know how when communities sometimes discriminate against unique people that are different, and the very people that they're discriminating against could be regarded as amazing somewhere else, you know. I was listening to a Japanese podcast. Don't ask how that came up, but it did. A Japanese podcast of a girl who grew up in Japan. And so she was talking about how she was treated very differently because she was blonde and she didn't have the beautiful black hair of the Japanese people. She was much taller than they are. And everything about her made her feel awkward and different there. She wasn't really harbored in as the others. She was explaining that in Japan, they're very much group people, and they like to how can I say this? They like to be very similar to each other. They appreciate that. And then once there was this one time where she went to a trip to Italy on a vacation, and she felt really happy, or how it wasn't just happiness, but she felt like normal for the first time in her life, because she felt like there were people as tall as she was and that looked like her, and she wasn't the awkward one out. And I was thinking as she was talking, this probably the same experience that a Japanese person would feel going to another country, like to her country, to the US, although I don't think the US is in any way like that anymore. It's very inclusive, but perhaps at another time, then maybe she would have felt what the other person in class would have felt also very different. So with discrimination, I'm trying to say that if someone is different and being discriminated against in one place, may be the coolest person in another place. And so here I get a sense of how your uniqueness and how your unique experience in life, maybe ones that made you feel different or left out in the past, will be the very thing today, next month, in the month of September, that creates a massive breakthrough and gives you a unique perspective that nobody's able to see but you, where now you're being absolutely appreciated, and now you stand out because of it. It may be the very thing, it seems like it is going to be the very thing that allows you to bring two powerful forces together. So maybe if we talk about ethnicity, for example, then maybe you're bringing in experience from your culture, and then maybe you're in another country, and in that case you've also learned to appreciate the other culture, the country that you're in, and now you're bringing two powerful things together. That's just one example. Maybe you come from two different fields. Maybe you've worked in accounting, and then you've also worked in marketing, and now you're going to be able to bring something together. In any case, I see that your unique experiences this next month, in the month of September, are really going to show something powerful to everyone. It's like you've gone through this metamorphosis, and now you look beautiful, so beautiful. You stand out. especially with your mind and how you're able to bring things together. So this is the new page that everybody's going to be appreciating you for. It seems like it's going to be quite creative because you've got the lagoon rune. So fourth house could be establishment as well. It's not just, establishing something through creativity. Yeah, so you're establishing something creative this month. Yeah, that's for sure. We keep seeing that. You're establishing something super creative, and it's going to become the new norm. It's going to become the foundation of a new beginning. And it seems because of this new page, as well as the consistent effort that you've been putting in before towards your work and your career, you're climbing up the ladder for sure this month, and things are moving quickly. In fact, I do see communication, which is another thing we want to get to. There's a lot of communication. Obviously, yes, with the 11th house to your new team or to a lot of people that you're connecting with next month, but there's a highlight. So let's take a look at all of this communication that is happening in the month of September. What is all this communication that's happening, my dear pile number 1, next month? 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you keep getting that. Do you notice? This reminds me of the ancient Egyptian god. His name of the underworld, but his name is not. It's gonna come to me now. The hippopotamus, lion, and crocodile. So yeah, we've got strength. When it comes to your communication this month, there's a lot of power. Again, there's something about how you have different powerful styles of communication. And it's got a balance between gentleness, class, grace, but a lot of power. Any mistake and you bite. So that's coming up with the communication. I don't know why, but it is. Okay. Oh, I forgot to tell you with the Queen of Cups, the Lagoon rune, it's a lot of emotions. Well, it's in alignment with what I've been telling you. If I didn't tell you enough how much you're going to be loved this month, let me repeat it one more time. You're absolutely going to be loved and admired in the month of September here in your world. So I've got the Strength card. Oh, again, a lot of strength here. We've got the 7 of Wands. Okay. You've got the 5 of Cups. Okay. And wow, again, the money aspect, King of Pentacles. It looks like you're getting these people, or you're getting your company, or you as a business, you're getting a lot of money here. That keeps showing up for you, the 10 of Pentacles. So back to the communication. You're having a lot of powerful communication about saving a desperate situation, or maybe even those who are in a desperate situation. Also, yeah, you're giving them hope, giving them a hand, telling them that there's hope. So maybe if your business creates, for example, a product that could really help others that are in need, that seems to be there. Maybe you are the new manager that holds other people's hands and tells them that they're gonna be they're gonna be great. Yeah, so there's a lot of this type of communication where you're giving a hand to those who nearly lost hope that there's something that could be done. I see you're showing your strength and your power and being able to tackle the things that it seems like brought a lot of challenge to others. And so there's back and forth communication. Let's tackle this, let's tackle that, let's finish this, let's handle this. So communication about handling things that were standing in your way and your company's way, or your own business's way and going, let's handle this, let's handle that, let's do this, let's do that. So a lot of communication with, yeah, taking care of things, giving hope to those who are in despair. Also communication that is powerful, that shows your power. That could be a like managerial position that shows you're in charge now or something like that, but done with a lot of class. And then communication about money with the King of Pentacles. Maybe this is communication about deals that are coming in, or contracts that you're signing, or more business coming in one way or the other. But yeah, communication about money, like, it's so businessy next month. Closing deals, making money, taking care of others. That could be your team members, or that could be your market, the people, genuinely caring for your market, and not just wanting to do business for the sake of money, which is obviously it's important, but you genuinely care here with this particular Five of Cups. It's like you're telling others, I care. I don't want you to be in despair. I'm going to do my best to take care of this situation. Yeah. And communication of authority doesn't mean like, oh, I'm your new manager, you got to listen to me. It's communication that is putting you in the right place this month, where you deserve as a leader, putting you in the place of a leader. Communication as a leader really shows up in your reading. And my dear pile number 1, this is exactly what I see in your reading. Some of you, by the way, may be living in a house near the water. So maybe you have a river in your city. You might be living next to the river, or maybe you have a lake. You're going to be next to the lake. Maybe you're going to buy a house next to a body of water or something, or it's simply just a vacation near the water. It is showing up here, and it's too specific, but I see a lot of water in your reading, and it might resonate with some of you listening. Okay, so that was your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 1, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at your September 2026 predictions. And these are the decks that I'll be using for your reading today. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them below for you guys in the description box, right under the section of the timestamps. Okay, as you can see on the far right, I don't have the usual astrological chart that I have, but I did not want to miss your rune reading, which we always do in the monthly readings. So I have created a chart instead, like a square with the different houses, and the runes are in these dice. Each one contains different runes, and this way we don't know which rune will fall on what house. Same thing for this month. Okay. So very quickly before we begin, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful green, green moss Jasper. Some of you have picked this pile using this 9 of Pentacles. Some of you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, or even using a spirit's pick for you. These are all different pick-a-pile options that you can use in every reading, and you will find the timestamps for them down in the description box. Okay, so let's set the intention of your reading. What can pile number 2 expect in their month of September 2026, please? What can they expect in their month of September 2026? Wonderful. Let's keep this up top over here and get straight into your runes. So, what can you expect in your month of September 2026, my dear pile number 2? Very interesting. Okay. So you've got the Othala rune in the 2nd house. You've got the Berkana rune mainly in the 5th house, but you do see a little bit in the 8th house. You've got the Kanaz rune in the 8th and the 11th house. And oh my god, you've got the Wunyu rune in the 10th house, exactly like pile number 1. Very interesting. It seems like this month, so far seems to be a prominent energy. But let me pull this chart out and I'll be back. There we go. Okay, let's now take a look at your oracle cards first. So you've got Aries with the keyword the competitor, and the other keywords here are assertive, competitive, impulsive, loud, aggressive, action, courageous, dominant, rebellious, dynamic, impatient, quick-tempered, as well as ruler of the 1st house. Okay. You've got the Enneagram poverty. It's under the category of money. And the keywords are lack of financial resources, loss of money, debts, welfare, small income, as well as financial difficulties. Okay. And how about we push these up a bit so that we have space for the last card. And you've got life. Looks like DNA, doesn't it? After death, a stillborn, wildlife, and so on. Okay. You also have the card Mars in Leo with egotism. Okay. Very interesting. Let's see what this reading is trying to show. So you've got the card 6 of Swords. Wonderful. Okay. So 6 of Swords. You've got Strength card. So you're saving. It seems you're saving something this month. 6 of Swords, moving out of something, saving something this month. Okay, that's quite interesting. You know what? I don't want to put it like this. I want to keep it, oops, like this. Yeah, we don't have anything in that area, so we just need that space. There we go. That's much better. You've got the Page of Swords. Yeah, you come across like you're fighting something this month. Overcoming something. Fighting and overcoming. Obviously, Aries, yeah. Fighter. Going after something with great force. You've got a lot of Mars in energy here. Aries, Mars, and Leo. Yeah, a lot of fiery energy for sure. Okay. Yeah, you're fighting something. And you've got, ooh, look at you, King of Swords. Okay. Do you see all the fighting here? Knight of Swords. Look at that. You're really fighting something this month. Okay. And you've got the Fool card. And you've got, look at you. It's crazy. You're absolutely fighting something this month. So you've got the Ace of Swords. Let's take it little by little. The reading will come together and it's going to make sense. But looking at the Berkana rune, in the 8th house, you're trying to transform something massive in your life and to begin anew. Something that would help you grow what you want. And you're doing it through a lot of creativity this month. You're like, yeah, you want to create something. Othala in the 2nd house. 2nd house of money. Perhaps you are driving money through a community. or an organization, right? We'll see what this is. But one thing is for sure, I see massive success and abundance in the area of your work and career this month. So let's put it all together. If we look at all your cards and the placements of your runes, it looks to me like this month you're reprogramming with the DNA, you're reprogramming the code to how you want to live your life. And it's almost like a surge of willpower is rising all over your body, just like what feels like a Kundalini rising. I'm not saying it is, but it feels like it. A surge of powerful energy is rising through you this month, and you really want to overcome something. What I am seeing here is overcoming poverty, overcoming lack of money, overcoming debts, overcoming a small income. You're really adamant about getting out of a particular situation and reprogramming the code to your whole life. It feels to me with the Fool card that you are beginning anew in such a crazy way. Perhaps other people would call you crazy with all the different changes that you're making in your life. They might even call you a clown, but really, where you're standing there in the presidential podium, yeah, the presidential podium, it seems like you are actually going to be taking yourself, the reality, the actuality is that you're going to be taking yourself places. It's a powerful new beginning that you're starting this month. So don't let anyone tell you you're being a clown or what are you doing, right? And if they themselves are not there, then you shouldn't listen to them in the first place. If they are there, well, at least you can see in your cards. First of all, not everyone takes the same journey to get somewhere. Second of all, your cards are showing that you are in the right place. You're doing something very right this month. So you're taking yourself out of something. Think of it this way. Perhaps you're thinking to yourself, I'm tired of the debts that I have. I no longer want to have these debts. So I'm going to take powerful actions this month to take control of this debt situation and change it once and for all. So that could include with the Othala rune in the second house. Maybe you are starting to market your services to a community, like getting into Facebook pages or putting advertisements, some places where the community that you can serve is, writing about how you offer some services and letting them contact you. So that could be Othala in the second house. Othala in the second house could be creating your own community, like market or community, even online or something, to serve them in hopes with the second house that it could somehow support you financially, right? So definitely something about community and supporting yourself financially here. That could be, like I said, doing your own thing or contacting a particular community or contacting other companies, telling them that you do some freelance services that you're really a professional at, and they can contact you. So this could be read in a myriads of ways, but you're definitely making some money this month with a community, from a community, as you work with a community. And this is a month where you're going to be creating a lot of success when it comes to your work, as well as abundance. It looks like it's a powerful new beginning. You're raising your sword and you're thinking to yourself, I'm not a victim, I'm a powerful person and I'm going to take care of myself. And it looks to me like you're taking care of a financial situation here. Mars and Leo, you have a lot of sense of pride this month. You have strong emotions, like you can do something, a lot of self-confidence, I would say, with all of this fire energy, a lot of self-confidence. You're pumping yourself up. What is it called? You are like talking to yourself positively, saying, I can do this, I can face this. Very, very positive. You want to be very careful, though, with Mars and Leo, because it could be overconfidence sometimes, whereas it's great to have confidence and to be in touch with your power in this way. Please don't let go of that. But when taking decisions, You want to be highly strategic with the King of Swords, meaning it's good to have all this confidence in yourself, but you don't want to maybe take on more than you can offer, right? So you want to think of things like I feel motivated. I want to take in a lot of freelance work, for example, but you have to know your limits, like when you need to say no, because although you're very motivated, you might not be able to finish these projects on time. You might regret it later. You might think, oh no, I took on more than I can chew. I bit more than I can chew, and I don't know if I have the energy to do all of that. So yeah, just be very careful. There's a borderline, like a strong line between of taking in a lot to take yourself out of a situation, but overdoing it. So yeah, be very careful. But I see you being very focused this month with the Knight of Swords on this new journey that you are adamant with the Knight of Swords about moving towards, yeah? And of course, taking back power over your life. What is happening this month is not a one-time thing. Obviously, the energy is carried on through and through. It's not like a month where you're feeling very motivated and then everything falls. Definitely not. This really feels like a powerful month of great change that will set a new standard to the sort of actions you take in your life, that will put you on a new path, it seems, with the Berkana rune, a powerful new path. And with the decisions that you're making this month, your whole life, look, the DNA of your life, your whole life is about to change. We also see the Kanaz rune in the 11th house and the 8th house. And the Kanaz rune is about light, torch. So this month, it seems like your transformation is becoming a light to others. You're really guiding others through your light. So maybe the way you're taking care of yourself and making these powerful changes initially might be seen like, what is pile number 2 doing? They're foolish. What they're doing is absolutely foolish. Towards the end of the month, where massive changes are occurring, you'll find that you truly are a guiding light in the 11th house here with the Kanaz rune for others, because your reading shows that you'll be making massive transformations. You've got 2 runes in the transformation house, a transformation that would lead to the light in the month of September, as in you will see the light at the end of the tunnel in this month. It's not just like where you're working and hoping for the best. You are actually going to get great results this month. And hey, it's no secret. We see it here as well. And because you're making massive transformations, there's a highlight here about you being a leader. Aries, Leo, you being a leader this month and creating, you being a light to others. Others are absolutely going to be inspired by what you're doing, because initially there's a contrast here. Initially, it's almost like they're gonna make fun of you, like, what is pile number 2 doing? And then, but all along you've got them lurking in the shadows, watching you, seeing what you're doing. So let's take a look at, first of all, why they think what you're doing is crazy. Oh, hold on, this one and this one, and then what makes them change their minds. Let's find out. So why do they think what you're doing is so foolish? 4 of Swords. Maybe with the 4 of Swords, they're used to you relaxing. They're used to you being in your comfort zone. And maybe they don't think that you have the capability to do that, or that you're going to give up very quickly, or what's going to come out of, someone who usually isn't into that energy. So perhaps they think it's temporary. Also, 8 of Swords. It reminds me with what doctors do as they learn, as they go through medical school. They open up the frogs and they have to do some surgery and put it back together. all while making sure the frog is still alive. So why are they making fun of you? Perhaps, oh wait, hold on. Forget about the medical school thing. Perhaps they know you inside out, these people who are judging you, or at least they think. They just know you so well inside out. They know how stuck you are. They know or think they know that you can't see ahead, that you don't have a vision. Yeah, these are their thoughts. It seems like it's not the truth at all because look at your results. So yeah, that's what they think. Then why are they going to be inspired by you? Let's get into the details. Oh, look at you. 3 of Wands. They're going to see massive results, like measurable results. 3 of Wands. And they're going to see with the 3 of Wands fast movement forward, a launch, in fact, with the 3 of Wands. 4 of Pentacles, they will see that you are making good money, that you are, yeah, that's there. That keeps showing up. They will feel like you were small financially, now you've become big financially in their eyes, like you were able to amass some good money. Ooh, cool. Well, they certainly misjudged you. Look who's the clown now. Oh, Queen of Wands. They see you in a very powerful situation with a vision, and you're able to produce, just like a producer, a director. You're able to direct your life, the story of your life, in the way that you choose, that you're pointing towards. You're like, just like a director. And you're the director of the movie of your life, in their opinion. And you're like, I envision myself going there and the story going like this. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to build this and I'm going to build that. And I'm going to open this door for myself. And then I'm going to make that move. And this person or this thing is going to respond in this way. Action. And they actually see all of the things that you were pointing towards and envisioning actually coming to life. Very, very powerful energy this month. You're the director of your life is the theme of the month of September. And this is why you become the light, because you're inspiring others, opening up others' minds about the idea that, in fact, everyone could look at their lives differently and thinking, hey, well, if look at pile number 2 thrive. Look at them absolutely transforming their lives. I too want to become the director of my life. I too want to start seeing where I want to go, believe in it, and just do it. They see you with the King of Swords and the Knight of Swords being ruthless. In fact, also the Page of Swords. This combination spells ruthlessness. Like there's nothing that's standing in your way in any way, shape, or form. You're collecting information, you're being strategic, you're taking action nonstop. You know what you want exactly, and nothing is stopping you to get there, for sure. Ace of Swords, raw power, action, 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 thought, pursuance of something. And in this month, with the Six of Swords, you're moving from something tumultuous, complicated, very sad or difficult to deal with, to actually moving ahead to something calmer, much calmer. It may not be the best. You might get to the other side by the end of the month, but even if it's not the other side, your life has changed. At least in the month of September, you're out of the dangerous part or the poverty part or the super difficult part, for sure. And you're going to be hustling until you make that happen. Okay, so that's very clear. That answered the question for us. Before I take a look at your new beginning, which is the most interesting part about your reading, I want to take a look at the abundance and the success that you will be creating in the month of September. Oh, this one came out. You haven't seen that, but when I was sliding the deck, this one came out. So I'm going to take it. What is the success that you are experiencing this month? My dear pile number 2. So you've got the 9 of Cups. Something about community, party, being satisfied. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. Okay. So 9 of Cups, which is a card of wish fulfillment. Whoops. So what is that? 10 of Pentacles. Ooh. Hold on. There we go. 10 of Pentacles. Very cool. I'm telling you, a lot of money is coming in this month for you. Okay. And yeah, and it seems like through a lot of people. Yes. Hello. I forgot about that. The Othala rune in the 2nd house. Yeah, it seems like you're connecting with a lot of people this month, and it's bringing you money. You're getting into a lot of rooms, presenting yourself, and yeah, and it's making you money. Okay. You've got the Page of Wands. You're climbing up. You're putting in all the effort in the world. You're going against gravity. It hurts. It's very steep, almost perpendicular. But you're like, I don't care. I'm getting there. I'm going there. You're reaching the top, on your way to the top this month. And you've got the Magician. Okay, so you're also surrounded by good luck this month. There is a factor of luck that is on your side. The Magician card and the Cups. There's a factor of luck and it's on your side. You've opened the right cup. So when it comes to the success in your work or career this month, you are opening the right doors, meeting the right people. Yeah, it seems like I was correct there. You're definitely going to be making a lot of money because of a form of community organizations that you're connected with, market share, or even your own audience if perhaps you are on social media. These are all the different things I can think about. And you've got, yeah, how you're working very hard, yes, but you are climbing upwards, like in a way that maybe even hasn't been seen before, or even if other people have seen it before, it's only a few that were able to climb straight up like that. And like I said, there's a factor of great luck that is moving you upwards. And just like the moon here, this figure is on the moon. Yeah, it's taking you out of this world. Like you're like when I say upwards, it's upwards. Yeah, like this is the president. I mean, somewhere way up, like the top. Yeah, that's what I am seeing here. And it's going to be a fruitful new beginning. Speaking about the beginning, let's see what you're up to here. The amount of creativity. Also, the 5th house is a house of children. So that could be literally talking about a birth. Some of you might be giving birth. That's there. All right. So some of you might be giving birth this month or being pregnant this month. Congratulations. But if that's not the case for most of you, it talks about the birth of something great this month. Let's take a look at what this is. My dear pile number 2. So you've got the 2 of Pentacles. Very interesting, 2 of Pentacles. It's like a ticking, can we say bomb? Okay, 2 of Pentacles. Ooh. Didn't I tell you guys you're going to be very lucky this month? Wheel of Fortune. You're going to be taking a high risk this month. The bomb here and the gambling and the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like you're going to be taking a wild risk this month. Ooh, tell me more. What risk are you taking this month? It's kind of like desperate times call for desperate measures kind of situation. Bold move this month that is going to be the winning card for you. A lot of boldness this month. That's why I've got Mars and Leo with egotism. Be careful. You're really going to make it, but just also be careful. You've got the Empress, the abundance. You're like, the abundance is on in the earth. I'm going to put my hands in. I'm going to bring out the fruit. I'm going to take it out. Yeah, abundance, money is definitely in your cards. Look at you, you're sculpting something. Page of Pentacles, you're starting something new and you're making it very pretty, very professional, very good. You're putting a lot of creativity. Yeah, fifth house and the statue. Yeah, I feel like you're putting a lot of creativity into something. So what is this new beginning? I want to see what this risk is, though, before we answer that part. What is that risk you're taking? That bold move you're taking? Five of Swords and the Ten of Cups. You do see here a family changing from one situation to a very happy one. Here, someone is making a risky move that they know others are going to go after them. What are you doing? It requires some form of fighting. Some people aren't going to be happy with the risk you're taking. Or maybe these are not people. Maybe it just says that, oh, you're trying to get somewhere fast. You're making a risk because you're exactly, Knight of Swords. You're trying to get somewhere fast, and you feel it's not just about fastness with win and lose. Fastness is a factor, of course, being fast, but also it's like win or lose. It's like you do it like this and win, or you don't do it and you get nothing at all. It's like, yeah, very risky move. It does not tell me exactly what it is. I'm sure everybody's going to be taking a different path, but it does show that you either make it or you don't. Ten of Cups shows that you will absolutely be making it in flying colors. So that's really cool. Yeah, bold move. This is why I keep saying be careful. But you know, your cards are saying you're going to be doing well. This is just me being worried about you. But you're going to be doing great. Powerful, bold move. Yeah, you have Aries, bold, of course. You're making a bold move. That's why it's changing the DNA of your life. Everything makes sense now. So, yeah. Bold move could be you putting yourself out there. Bold move could be you investing in something. Bold move could be you starting your own business. A bold move is like putting your services in different places, maybe even applying in a different company and organization, and getting into a new job. I don't know, but it's definitely very bold. It feels like it's now or never. It feels like I'm going to go and get this thing for myself. I'm going to make it happen. It's going to be mine. And you're going to craft it beautifully. The amount of creativity involved in the situation seems to be one of the factors that will allow you to make it. So what creativity is involved? I mean, we do have a rune in the fifth house. We need to explore that. I know it's like definitely a birth, the fifth house in Berkana. That's for sure. But there's also creativity. So what creativity is involved? Queen of Swords. The mind. Queen of Swords is the mind. Oh, creativity in the way you plan this. Interesting. A lot of creativity in how you plan this, because, you know, planning does require creativity. So, for example, you could say, instead of it going about this journey in this way, then having to go next to that part, and then having to go next to that part, how about we take all of these steps into one brilliant step by, I don't know, doing this type of marketing, then it's going to get this type of result. And in that way, I can then move into the next big step. So there's a lot of creativity around the planning. And it shows here a lot of creativity about the planning. That's why it's being done with a lot of strategy, it seems. But yeah, your plans are going to be brilliant is what I am seeing. and it's absolutely going to be making you wealthy, abundant, and very successful in your work this month. And my dear pile number 2, perhaps, by the way, pile number 1 is also your pile, so if you want to check it out, this is a sign. But other than that, this was your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 2, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at your September 2026 predictions, and these are the decks that I'll be using for your reading today. If you're interested in knowing, I'll go for this one, the names of any of the decks that I use, you'll find that I always list them below for you guys in the description box. Also, I'll just pick it up to show it to you. This one moved, so I'm going to take it. Right, on the right, as you can see, is a chart of, oh, it's not a chart. I don't have it today, and I did not want to miss our ritual of the combination of runes and houses, so I've numbered them in a square and a rectangle. And then just as every month, I'll be casting the runes. Each one of these dice, they have runes, a different rune. So I'll be, as always, casting the runes onto the houses. So that's the plan. But very quickly, before we begin, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the yellow Aventurine. Some of you have picked this pile using this particular 9 of Pentacles. Some of you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, and some of you prefer Spirit's pick. These are all different pick-a pile options that are available to you to use in any reading, really, and you'll find the timestamps for them down in the description box as well as in the pinned comment. Okay, so let's get straight into it. We'll shuffle your tarot cards first this way. Your tarot cards are ready with the intention of the reading. And what is your predictions for the month of September 2026? Okay, let's keep it here. And bring your chart, your houses, and let's cast your runes. Okay, so what can pile number 3 expect in their month of September 2026, please? Okay, so this is not touching anything at all. I'm going to take it out. Here we've got the Rider rune in the 3rd house. Here we've got the Peroth rune in the 5th house, and between the 8th and the 11th house, we've got the Nothi's rune. Okay, let me pull this out and I'll be back. All right, there we go. And let's take a look at your cards, your oracle cards first. Right, so you've got, ooh, look at you. You've got Capricorn with the keyword, the CEOOOO. So that's looking great. The keywords here are driven, stability, patience, persistence. That kind of gives me an understanding about the Rider rune in the 3rd house. We'll talk about it in just a moment. Patience, persistence, materialistic, ambitious, cautious, practical, traditional, workaholic, detached, as well as ruler of the 10th house. Okay, let's keep it here. You've got the Enneagram honesty under the category of professional quality. So the keywords here obviously are frankness, integrity, truth, loyalty, probity, morality. Okay. And we can actually push them up so that we can fit one of these cards. Yep. You've got sports. This did show up in one of the piles. Which one was it? I can't remember. Or was it in another reading? Perhaps. Okay, so let's keep this here. You've got Venus and Gemini with flattery. And you've got bedroom. Okay, this could be signifying a lot of rest. Right, let's now take a look at your tarot cards. This way we have a complete picture of your reading. And, ooh, you've got the Two of Cups right off the bat. All right. You've got the Hermit. The Seven of Pentacles. Right. Okay. You've got the Eight of Pentacles. Wonderful. You've got the Tower card. Interesting. All right. I think this is describing what we're seeing here. That's really cool. We can pull out one more card. King of Cups. Well, this looks like a bold month for you, my dear pile number 3, for sure. Because looking at everything, the Peroth rune in the 5th house, looking at your card with the god Janus looking towards the past and towards the future, it looks like this is turning point, a month that is a turning point for something massive in your life. And it feels to me like you are going to be making big moves or big decisions. These big moves are going to be helping you in many ways, but particularly towards your great wealth moving forward. That could be great business, great wealth. I think for most of you, it has to do with your wealth and your work. I could be wrong. This is your reading after all. This could be like your goals, right? This is the 10th house after all. So maybe this is towards a particular goal that you have that is very important to you. But in all cases, you're making big moves this month that will finally put you at ease and at rest. I see this through and through. In order to find yourself at some point in the month with this type of ease and rest, you will be making a bold move first. That's changing the destiny of everything. I see you with the Hermit card. Moving alone. We'll see if this is included or not, but I'll get to it in a moment. I see you breaking out of, do you see the 11th house here? Yeah. Breaking out of a community. You've got the Nothi's rune, which is a rune of restrictions, right? It's funny, we have the runes here. Anyways, you've got, it's the rune of restriction, and it is in the 11th house. It feels to me, trusting the energies in your reading, there's something about how you were growing, or maybe not growing, but at least going through a particular process, transforming through something with a group of people. That could be your family, that could be your friends, that could be your colleagues, that could be, yeah, a community or a group of people with the 11th house. I think you're restricting them this month in favor of following your own path with the Hermit here. And this is going to be such a bold move that's going to shock the people around you. I think people are going to be circling around you, as in trying to pick up any form of information, being absolutely shocked about the sudden change of mind, the boldness also that you've made. And there's a lot of questions. Why would you make a decision like that? How could you be so, they won't say bold, but they may say things like, how can you be so, whatever, fill in the tag, basically. How can you be like that? How can you do that? How can you stop the progress with Nothis in the 11th and the 9th house, sorry, the 8th house as well? So how can you stop the progress? How can you do that? How dare you? Or are you crazy? Who would stop a progress like that? Who would cut their people off? So they're like really, they're not over it this month. They're like going round and round, being in total shock with the boldness that you're making of veering off course, taking your own path, and looking out for yourself, doing what is important for yourself. Because it looks to me with the Two of Cups that you are uniting with what means a lot to you, what makes you absolutely happy, finally at peace. That's why you have honesty. You're being bold, you're being honest this month, you're speaking your truth, and it may upset a lot of people, especially those you kind of have to, I don't know, it's not block, although it could be, but you are limiting their access to you this month in order to be able to follow your own path. And this is going to be quite revolutionary in your life. You're making these changes very fast. It almost feels to me like you're going to get up, you're going to make that move, make that change, and move very quickly towards what your heart desires. And yeah, cut these people off or just tell them adios. So, what are you moving away from? Why are you restricting this community in order to get to your goals? One idea that comes to mind is maybe you have to leave a company in order to find the company that best matches you. Or you're leaving a company in order to do your own thing. Or you're in love with someone and maybe your friends or family don't approve of them, but you love everything about them. Maybe you have others that are judging them, and you're moving away from these people in order to stay true to yourself and the person that you love. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. But anyways, let's see what the cards show us. Why are you moving or restricting these people? How about we already brought these cards out? Why? Who exactly are you restricting this month? That should have been the question. I see the split, so I'm going to take it. That should have been the question, the first question, really. Who, and then why? So, 10 of Pentacles. So these are important people in your life. That's why it's bold. So 10 of Pentacles. With the Pentacles, I'm thinking it's your work, maybe, or management, or yeah, maybe a market share in favor of another. That could be your family. Maybe your family is wealthy. Or maybe they have some form of control over you. Or maybe these are prestigious friends. Something like that. All of these are options looking at the 10 of Pentacles. A prestigious community. That's how they're being described. Knight of Wands. It seems like they're very desirable, this community. Other people are running after them, trying to catch up. Other people desire to be in the circle with them, be part of the team or something. But yeah, they're very desirable, this community. So in that case, maybe they're very superficial, perhaps. Maybe they're selfish, maybe not, I don't know. But the combination of the Knight of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles does give selfish energy a bit, if not a lot, actually. And then you've got the Judgment card. It seems like these people are very judgmental people. Also with the ice here, quite cold. Tend to be a bit warm, just right amount when they want to catch people's attention to look at them or make them do what they want. So these are the people, yeah, they want attention. They do get attention. They are quite selfish, cold, and they're all about the superficial things. A lot of people desire them. That's the sort of energy I get here. These are the people. described in the 11th house. So why, which is now quite obvious, but let's see what the cards are showing. Why are you cutting them off this month? Oh, the boundaries you're putting. Is this a joke? 7 of Wands. My goodness, you're like, you ain't coming in here. Okay, 7 of Wands. That's really funny. And you've got the 2 of Wands. Okay. You want to grow something? You have plans with the 2 of Wands. You have plans. Okay. You're putting the seed. Although the seed would be the Ace of Wands, I would say you've already started at a seed. It's starting to sprout, and it thus gives you some vision. It makes you look into something. And look at the sun rays here. Doesn't it remind you of the Judgment card? Do you see? It's as if the rays are finding a way out onto this card, right? So perhaps you were able to benefit from these people, the little light that they gave you here and there sometimes. And it was able, so that's the seed, and you were able to grow in that place, although it's quite harsh. Oh, that's we didn't reveal this card. Where was it? Oh, these people. So you benefited from them, you grew. It was pretty cold and all of the things we've discussed, but you were able to make use of the situation that you're in. And now you're able to have a vision, maybe to depend on yourself and not these people. There's something along these lines. So that's one of the reasons why you're restricting them. You don't have to take their bullying or their selfishness anymore. And you've got the 10 of Wands. One of the reasons, obviously, is because it was very heavy. Perhaps you were working very hard to please them, or working very hard but not getting much benefit. It was heavy in all cases. You were carrying a lot dealing with these people. You've gained a little bit of the little bit that they've been giving you. So much so that you don't have to depend on them anymore. You now have a vision, and boy, are you blocking them here. You're tired. You don't want to speak. You don't want them. One of the reasons is you don't want them to have access to you, because 7 of Wands is like they bring a lot of trouble to you, challenges, trouble. They're always like fighting or trying to bring up one issue or the other, and they're a handful, it seems. And so you're setting your boundaries so that you don't have to deal with their, I want to say, BS anymore. Yeah. So you feel like it's time for you to go your own way. You have just a little bit of light here, so to speak, to be able to do things yourself. And you're dropping the heaviness, thus the bedroom. You're like totally resting this month. You're like, oh my God, was this terrible? I don't have to deal with them anymore. And it seems like this is the cost with the Northeast rune in the 11th house. You're stopping some form of progress in order to be able to release these people from your life. So what progress are you stopping this month in order to go your own way? So you've got the 9 of Pentacles. For some of you, they used to profit you financially. They used to be the reason where you were doing well financially. Apologies, I am back. So what other benefits are you stopping here? 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm at this point going to say that it seems like these people were able to shelter you quite a lot from, with the 5 of Pentacles, maybe lack of money or lack of resources of some sort. And not only that, but they were I don't want to say providing you, but giving you access to being able to be financially up on your feet, doing well. I want to say maybe even for a lot of you with the Nine of Pentacles doing extremely well, at least satisfied. Nine of Pentacles, like being happy financially. Yeah, they were sheltering you from that. And look at you here with the Seven of Pentacles. With a little bit of patience, you will be able to pull out your hands and pick up that same type of resource that they used to shelter you from the lack of. You can see here with the CEO that you'll be making a lot of money, albeit with Capricorn, through consistent effort. And I do see you making it here with the Eight of Pentacles. I see that you are going to be on a journey full of great luck, and as you grow through it with the Eight of Pentacles, you'll be able to make massive amounts of money. Who knows, maybe even more, or on the level of these people, something like that for sure. But one thing that is great news for you this month is relief, a sense of relief that you're staying true to yourself, that you don't have to endure them any longer or endure what they were doing. To be able to do something bold like that, to feel satisfied and happy of being able to follow and pursue your own thing. Yeah, your own thing. Little by little, with the Seven of Pentacles, you will eventually be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor, of your hard work. And I keep telling you, this is going to lead to a lot of wealth moving forward. Okay, so let's now discuss what you're up to. What happened? It looks to me, with the Rider rune in the third house, that this is a decision. Why? Because the third house is not just the house of communication, but also of thoughts. And the reason I think this is talking about thoughts is because the Rider rune is what is in common with the third house is decisions. So I really feel like you've been thinking long and hard towards something, and you're making a massive decision this month that is taking you on a journey, on a destined journey with the Peril rune. This is fated. This is absolutely going to change everything. You're meant to be on this path. It's like, it's as if the path you were on was in the womb and you weren't ready to come out into the world, metaphorically speaking. And now you're just ready. You're ready to go out and face the world. So yeah, even the fifth house is the house of children. Perhaps this is metaphorically speaking about your growth and how you are, yes, yet very early on in your path, but you've grown a little bit. You're able to do your own thing, and you're very passionate about this idea. You're excited. You want to do things on your own, whereas in the womb, your mother was taking care of everything, her body at least. Now that you're out after a few months, you want to do your own thing. You want to crawl. You want to be able to hold your own things. You want to be able to say your own things. And similarly, on your new path, I feel like you're moving away from these people to slowly but surely find yourself, to be able to crawl before you walk, to be able to make sounds before you talk. Yeah, and slowly but surely, albeit slowly in how you get there, but if you look back in retrospect, especially with this card, I feel like it all, you'll think, wow, this all went fast. And a good example of that is when you speak to a mother, for example, whose son or daughter is graduating, and they tell you, oh my god, it passed like the speed of light. Did it didn't, right? But it truly felt like that to her. She feels that it was just yesterday when they were born. I mean, things just went so fast. To her, they're just little. How is this happening? Couldn't be possible. So similarly, I'm trying to say that you too, on your path, obviously you'll be consistent and you'll be working hard, but it will feel day by day, week by week, month after month, and even year after year, that it's moving very quickly, and that you're going to be able to enjoy every stage for what it offers. Yeah, every stage is going to have its beautiful taste, this beautiful thing. And so this is reading that really talks about how you will fully enjoy the journey. Yes, of course, the destination, but you will absolutely enjoy the journey, every part of it, especially from its inception when there's nothing and it's all about just being true to yourself and letting go of the people who don't match your energy, who are restricting you, who aren't really looking out for you in order to do your own thing. I definitely see that. Should we get some clues on what this idea is going to be about at least? I'm sure it's not going to tell us what the idea is. You never know how the cards surprise us, but let's just see the gist of it. What is this idea that you're going to be so passionate about in the month of September here? That is all about your next journey. So you've got the Six of Swords. New land, maybe, new territory, a new environment for sure. Less grounded, less stable, but much more exciting. Six of Swords. For some time, it may feel like it's not grounded in reality, but then as you're sailing through this journey, you're going to ask yourself, but who defined reality? In the sea, there are a lot of creatures there that live there, and it's their reality. Who decided that it was the land that's the reality? So I'm trying to say that it's going to feel less grounded, this journey, than the one you're already in, but it's going to be full of life and marvels. Right. You're really going to love this. You got the Devil card, which is a card of desire. I'm telling you, every part of this journey, you're going to feel passionate about. You're going to feel excited about. You might be feeling with the Devil card, is what I'm doing right? Maybe I should be in the stable land. And then your heart is like, no, that's what I love. That's what I want. That's what I want to do. Look at you, journeying, embarking on a new journey. Zero. But the zero is the very reason you're going to get there quickly. I like the symbolism in this Fool card because it is the zero, the knowing nothing nearly, or starting from zero, will be the reason there's less friction. And this is because sometimes, just like the wheel, less friction like the wheel. This is because sometimes when we are naive to things, we tend to be bolder. And boldness pays a lot of the times. Yes, at many times it is risky and could get us into trouble. But at other times, it is exactly what is required to move through a scary phase that nobody wants to push through or pass through. And then you've got the High Priestess. You're following your intuition. See, when we're talking about your path, you don't know yet, and the cards aren't going to be revealing what it is exactly yet. But you're going to get there through your intuition, through your passion, through your sense of exploration, through you wanting to try something new and the adventure that comes with it. You can't wait to get into it. It's almost nearly impossible due to the amount of passion and curiosity, and every part of your being is telling you, go there, go there. It's almost hard not to. So yeah, it doesn't show us what it is, but now that I see the Parathroon is in the 5th house, it's a journey full of passion and excitement and curiosity and exploration. Yeah, it's a fun journey. 3rd house could also be like learning, right? So you're on a journey to learn, to know. It's like that person that took their backpack and went out to explore the world. They don't know what's going to come, but that's the most exciting thing they feel, and that's what they're doing. And so that's the sort of energy I'm getting. It's not telling us exactly what this idea or thought or decision is going to be, but it's going to be as exciting as that person who prepared their backpack and decided to go out and explore the world. It's going to be so much fun. I cannot emphasize that enough. You're going to love every, like I say, in your pile, the journey may even be much more important than the destination. Imagine the destination. That your destination seems to be being either very rich or rich in a form of resource that is important to you. That also includes recognition and being seen as a professional or an expert of some sort. That is definitely something that I see. Wow, very exciting month, revolutionary month. And I want to just pull out a card for your guidance, my dear pile number 3, especially that it is an important month. Stay positive. Your state of mind and your positive well-being is so important to this journey. Your positive mindset is going to allow you to stay strong and to have fun and pursue this journey. So always remember that this was the point to begin with, having fun. Don't ever lose that light. It will guide you through till the very end. And my dear pile number 3, wow, please do tell me when things change. I would love to know what you're up to if you want to share it. And this was your reading for your month of September. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 3, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at your September 2026 predictions. And these are the decks that I'll be using for your reading today. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of these decks, you'll find that, oh, thanks. I always list them below for you guys. So I feel this one as well as this one in the description box right under the section of the timestamps. So during the monthly readings, which tend to be my favorite to do, one of my top favorites to do, I usually have a chart of astrological houses in which I cast some runes on. I do not have it today, so I didn't want to miss the ritual. And so I created this rectangle with the different numbers representing the 12 houses. And then I'll be using the dice here. Each one has different runes on it, and so it depends on which direction it falls and on which house we'll be able to predict. We'll be able to have accurate and detailed predictions for your month of September. Okay, so did I shuffle these? I think I have. Let's take this one. Right, so very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Unakite Jasper. Some of you have picked this pile using this particular 9 of Pentacles. Some of you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs. And some of you prefer Spirit's pick. These are all pick-a-pile options that you can use to in every reading. And you'll find the timestamps for them down in the description box. Okay, so let's get straight into it. And before we reveal any cards, we'll start off by casting your runes. Okay, so for pile number 4, please, what can they expect in their month of September, please? Wonderful. So we have 2 runes in the 2nd house. This is the Yarrow rune in the 2nd house. Oh, I've got great news for you. So you've got also, by the way, the Thurisaz rune in the 2nd house. So that's very interesting. You've got the Yewaz rune in the 3rd house and the Awaz rune in the 8th house. Wow, I can't wait to get into the reading. This seems to be very interesting. Let me pull this out and I'll be back. Okay, there we go. Let's now take a look at your oracle cards first. So you've got this can't be a coincidence, right? You've got a lot of activity in the 2nd house this month. The Yera rune is a rune of harvest. There's a lot of money coming for this pile this month. So excited for you guys. So material goods. The keywords here are money, values, security, work ethic, income, expenses, career, possessions, budgeting, assets, financial stability, as well as personal finances. All right, wonderful. Love this for you. Let's keep this here. You've got the Enneagram selfless love under the category of service to humanity. And the keywords here are sincere dedication, genuine altruism, care of others, educator, caregiver, as well as humanitarian aid. Wonderful, such beautiful energy. I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of money and you're also going to be using part of it to help others. So nice. You've got the Enneagram. Sorry, what Enneagram? You've got the card expose criminality. Very interesting. Maybe, okay, I don't know. We'll see, actually. Let's wait. You've got, interesting, Mars and Sagittarius with domination. Powerful month, my God. Okay. And you've got Saturn in Libra with devotion. And look at you. Aren't these cards very similar? Someone here is lying. Others are looking out for them. Very, very similar. Very interesting as well. Okay. Let's now take a look at your tarot cards. So you've got the 10 of Wands, end of the heaviness this month. Okay, it looks like you've worked very hard for the money that's coming in. You deserve it. You've got the 2 of Wands. You've got the 4 of Swords. The Knight of Cups. Wow, and the 10 of Swords. I mean, there's also some heaviness here, I must say. Okay, we'll explore that in a moment, but yeah, we've already explored the good news. It talks about how you're really going to be getting a lot of money, as we've just mentioned, for something that you've worked very hard towards. I love this for you. It's going to be a lot of money. But you also have the Thurisaz rune. The Thurisaz rune is a rune that is painful, like the thorns of a flower, for example, that scratches you, but it's also a rune of regeneration, not just the scratching for the sake of scratching, but it's very similar to Saturn energy, where you go through something difficult in order to come to the other side with your dreams, right? So from that perspective, seeing it right next to the Yera rune in the 2nd house, it seems to me like, although there's a lot of money coming in, you're making tough decisions, maybe that don't feel enjoyable at the moment, but they're certainly the right thing to do for your future. So maybe this is you making use of the money that's coming in to pay off some debts or to invest in something. Yeah, to do something very responsible. It might be very painful, but it's certainly the responsible thing to do. Okay, so that is very clear here. It seems like this month there's going to be some form of very important communication going on. You've got the Ewaz rune in the 3rd house, which could be like progress. It has a lot of meanings, but I think I'm going to go with progress because you've got expose criminality and your ideas are allowing you to win something over something. Like it feels to me that there's constantly two sides. And these two sides seem to be fighting. I don't know what field this is or what's going on here, but I'm just going to read the cards as I try to show you what the cards are trying to say without interfering or trying to figure it out. This month, what you communicate is going to be very important because it's going to reveal some very important information that will allow you and your people, or just you, maybe you are defending something, that will allow you to win over someone that was with criminality, was trying to be dishonest or was trying to do something horrible to others. And it is in finding the truth and communicating the truth, figuring out the truth, that you will be of great service to others. This could be even humanity at large, service to humanity. Who knows? Maybe you're a scientist, maybe you're a doctor in this pile who's exposing something that could be harmful to others, and it's saving others. Maybe you are in the political field where you're exposing something, some form of corruption of businesses or something in the country, maybe in your country. Maybe this is in your company. Perhaps there is some corruption going on in your company, and look at you being right in the middle. You're not about picking sides, being one team over the other. It seems to me you're more about the truth, putting the picture together. And may the strongest man win, as they say. It's not about whose side you're in. You're not playing sides, this pile. This pile is all about the truth. And you see, there's something that's dying off this month. Do you see? I don't think this Ten of Swords even represents you, because some team is surviving and another is being hit. The other team that's surviving used to carry all this heaviness through and through. And when we're reading tarot, it doesn't only mean one thing, just like it doesn't cancel the fact that you worked hard for your money, but it also means in this context that the winning team has been working hard, has been carrying the load of maybe the lies and the manipulation. And it's really going to be great for them to feel with the Knight of Cups that all the things that they've gone through mattered. And so you're communicating very important facts. I think you're a very smart person. You've been able to connect the dots of something and go, hey, look, how did this happen in this timeline when this didn't happen? You know, you're putting the picture together, or you're exposing things like, well, this ingredient was very harmful to people in there. Why wouldn't it be harmful there? You're doing some form of investigation here. And it's going to be so powerful that it's going to allow you to save those who have been carrying a lot, and at the same time win over completely those who have been doing all these criminal things. And this is no small hit here. What you're saying and figuring out and finding out is going to be very painful for the side that's been lying. Wow. Very powerful energy, I must say. I truly wonder what your story is. I hope you do let me know in the comment section, or maybe you just want to hold out until this happens, and I would love to know. Right, so this is what I'm seeing with regards to the Awaz rune in the 3rd house. Let's now explore the 8th house. There's obviously this month, it's a massive change for you. It's a month of great change in many aspects. We do know that it's a great month of great change in terms of your finances, but also in terms of the things that you're changing. Oh, look at that with the 4 of Swords. You're finally finding peace this month as you say the truth, as the truth comes out, as it's being revealed, as you help others, especially those who have been carrying a lot. And it's a new chapter, because with the grave here, it's like you're putting this story to the past. It's no longer something that's affecting everyone. Yeah. So let's expand on the massive changes. And I want to expand on it because here The Yewa's rune could be a rune of protection. I feel like through these changes, you're really going to be protected. So I want to know what your story is. Why are you being protected and what's going on? Let's find out. So let's find out about the massive change first that's happening, the sort of change that you're going to experience this month, the huge transformation. What is it about? You've got the Three of Wands. I feel like you are embarking on a new journey this month. Let's see what it is. You might even be traveling or going somewhere else. But yeah, I think you are embarking on a new journey this month. I really feel that. You've got the Strength card. There's something about your power that's transforming this month. And it doesn't mean that you weren't powerful before, but I feel like the way you're going to feel about yourself, as well as how you're being perceived, and the growth that's going to happen this month. Maybe for many reasons, you're already a strong character, but the truth that you're revealing, I'm guessing the money that's coming in, your service to others, perhaps. In many ways, I feel like you're going to feel that your power is increasing this month, that it's at an all-time high, and this is your new state. This is how you will really feel moving forward. You've got the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, I really feel like you're embarking on a new journey this month, while keeping another, but you're really focused on a new one. And yeah, you're leaving something. No, hold up. You're leaving something. Let me think about it. What does it mean to have something, go after something else, but then you're leaving something? So an example of that could be maybe you're leaving your company to pursue a better position somewhere else, but maybe you are lucky to have connections there that allow you to still do some form of business together. Or maybe that talks about how you are welcome to come back to the company anytime that you want. So although you're not there, you still have complete access or something. So what's going on here is that you are leaving for sure. Eight of Cups, this particular Three of Wands that's packed here. You're leaving something behind. What are you leaving behind? Excuse me. The Hermit. The darkness. You're leaving behind the phase of your life where you were in the dark, trying to figure things out, not understanding what's going on, being enlightened, leaving everything, leaving that phase behind you in order to pursue something you're very excited about. Perhaps it is something that brings in maybe more money, something much more elevated, something with a bigger position. And the fact that the rune says you're protected, I mean, the rune fell in the 8th house, the house of change, now makes sense. Remember when we were talking about how you still had access to something that you're leaving behind? And this is protection. It means that you can now journey onto something new, while at the same time knowing that you have access to the old. So basically, you've got nothing to lose. In fact, only more to win. And yeah, I see you being in a very powerful position, whether this is position at work or position as in situation. So yeah, can we get more information about this journey that you're embarking on? Okay, so you're moving towards something that's more lucrative, that's more elevated, where you're much more powerful there. Can we get more information? Wow, we've got the Five of Wands. It's something that a lot of people are fighting about. A lot of people would love to have this opportunity. Seven of Cups. Choice. Maybe you're offered something. I think you might be offered something that you don't see coming. Let's pull out one more card. Ooh, King of Wands. I think this is a position for a lot of you. King of Wands and the Strength card. I think for a lot of you, since we're seeing a lot of money and everything, I think this could be a position. If that's the case, then there's good news of a lot of money coming in, perhaps tied to the new role that you're taking. But that could also mean that you haven't received in the month of September this amount of money yet. And so maybe you're stuck. Perhaps because you're moving, you have to be closer maybe to your new position. And that means that you need to spend a lot. Or maybe that things are tight this month, although there's the great news of a lot of money coming in. So that could be another way to look at the Thurisaz rune and the Yera rune in the second house. So yeah, I'm seeing for this pile, predicting that you're going to be offered a powerful position that's more lucrative, that's much more elevated, and it will allow you to move from where you are now. That could be like office, that could be a job title, that could be more responsibilities even with a better pay. But it's something that a lot of people are competing over. You win in every way. You win in your communication, you win in this position. So why are a lot of people fighting over this particular position? I think there may be some form of corruption when it comes to this position. A lot of people want it so bad, they want to take a shortcut. And maybe there is the situation of maybe like Nepo babies or corruption or maybe it's hard to get this position because if you are not on their team, then it's threatening to expose some stealing that is happening. Yeah, well, it seems like there's a lot of fighting going on when it comes to this position that you're taking. Wow, what a pile. Why are they picking you then? Page of Cups, new talent. To them, you're an absolute new talent. To them, you've got raw talent. You've got, you're just so good at what you do. And they believe with the fish here, you'll be able to fish so much opportunities and making you the best for this role. Perhaps another reason other than that, obviously, another reason is that you are depicted as young here with the Page of Cups. This could be new blood, obviously, but mainly this is talking about how they think you could be a bit naive and you may not figure out what's going on here. Anything else that I'm not seeing? Yeah, that you don't know anything about the situation. They'll be good. They'll be good. You won't be, the cards just expose them. How funny. Cards just expose them, but they believe you're young, you're naive. You don't know much about what's going on, so you're quite safe. What is your guidance in this situation then? Devil card. Contracts. This is talking about reading the fine lines. This is talking about making sure that your contracts are well revised, right? So yeah, invest a little bit in revising the contract, reading everything, asking questions. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely your advice there. And obviously, you're very good at putting everything together and researching. I don't think this is going to be such a hard thing. And if the cards are advising you to do that, then obviously you can. So yeah, read the fine print, revise your contract, discuss your agreement well, you're not stuck. Yeah, make sure that you protect yourself as best as you can. Okay. Let's now take a look at the Thurisaz rune in the second house and see what it's representing. Are these obligations or debts that you have to pay, or maybe you don't have access to the money yet? This could be literally saying promises of big money, but you don't have access to it yet. We'll find out. So let's place this properly. Oof, you've got the Empress card. This is a huge amount of money. And look at the pregnancy. It's like it keeps on giving. And pregnancy means you're not going to take it now, in my opinion, with the pregnant Empress. Like, you know it's coming, but you may not be receiving it in September yet. But this is like the card of luxury. This is a lot of money coming in. So that's what's going on with these two. You've got the King of Cups. Wow, the Star card. I'm telling you, this is going to be big money. King of Cups, the Star card. You're absolutely going to love this. So maybe we should explore a little bit more about the huge amount of money that's coming in here. This is like shooting for the stars. This is big amounts of money. So what's going on? What's the story here? The Queen of Wands. You're Queen of Wands, Ace of Wands. You're really desired and wanted for some role here, for some talent. Very desired. Ooh, okay. So that's probably why you should read your contract, because since you're so desired, yes, you're going to be getting a great opportunity, but it also means that maybe in the long run, others won't really care about your rights as long as they're getting benefits from you. So yeah, don't be afraid to discuss with the Devil card. Don't be afraid to discuss. The Devil card always teaches us that we tend to magnify something or be overly terrified with something that really doesn't have that much control over us, if at all. Okay, you've got the Justice card. So it's a new contract with the Justice card. You're signing a new contract next month that is putting you in a powerful position with the Queen of Wands. You're highly wanted with the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Wands. You're highly desired. It's like nearly begging. Yeah, offered and nearly begging. Like, we'd love to have you. How can we make you comfortable? That sort of thing. Wow. So how did these people find out about you? Wheel of Fortune. I think it's your great luck. It's fated for them to find you. Wheel of Fortune and Justice. It's fated for them to find you. It was random with the Wheel of Fortune. They found you randomly. So how? Like, what was the story? The Lover's card. I think they were looking for better options than what they had. Or they found you randomly and now they're leaving behind someone because they favor you. Perhaps this is why you had the Five of Wands, that there's a lot of fighting. Someone here is upset that you're getting, but there's nothing that they can do other than be upset. Yeah, that you're being chosen here. So randomly, back to the random. Three of Cups, through a community. They found you through a community. Maybe someone told them something about you. Hey, we know this person, pile number 4, that works in this place or does this thing or has their business or something. They're amazing. They have this, they have that, they can do this. I once saw them do that. And this is how they find you. The Emperor. So they hear about you through a community that is highly trusted, and it's a higher up community. Yeah, like elite from an elite that are highly trusted. They know what they're talking about. They are well established. And so, although they don't know you, since they came from this powerful person, this advice came from this powerful person, you are definitely being trusted and selected. And obviously, they can see your creativity, they can see what you do, and they are all about you. They're like, we got to get this person. We got to make them sign this deal. So it's a big deal next month. I love this for you. It seems like it's a huge month of change for you. We can see it here. And don't worry, at the end of the day, when I talk to you about the protection and everything, this is just to make you aware that you got to be careful. But you got to promise here with the Yewa's rune in the 8th house that you will be protected. So don't worry about it. But just read the contract. Yeah, still read the contract, right? But yeah, other than that, my dear pile number 4, this is exactly what I see. I see truth coming out. I see you speaking the truth. I see you winning over, you helping, or maybe even being the one that wins over something nasty once and for all, and making someone pay for something. I see you being offered something big next month. I love this for you. You're going to be promised and given good money, big money, but I don't think you will have access to it in the month of September, perhaps moving forward. And yeah, you're going to be chosen for a massive role. And my dear pile number 4, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Please do update me on what happens here. I'm so interested in what happens in this pile, if you can. And my dear pile number 4, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.